Anyone here looking for love? Are you looking for love?
Boy, is she.
Like, I don't know, in my, like, heart chakra or something, like, am I...
Greensboro, North Carolina, where the azaleas bloom past April and southern sunlight spills through magnolia leaves. Whitney Way Thor stood in her living room, sunlight dusting the disco ball. Not a camera in sight today. Instead, she'd invited a friend. Maribel, a local seer and medium, whispered about among the women's group at the gym. They'd bonded over body positivity and healthy living, and Maribel had surprised Whitney with the offer. "Come over, let me read your spirit, just for fun, just for healing." Whitney's heart fluttered. She missed Mom. Her voice, her sayings, her laugh. The idea of speaking, even breathing, near her again felt sacred. Maribel arrived just after 2 p.m. She carried a satchel of crystals, rose quartz, smoky quartz, labradorite, and a tarot deck printed with southern charm icons, sweet tea pitcher, high heel, peach. She wore flowing earthy tones and moved gracefully like a dance. She smiled at Whitney. "Hey, darlin', ready to open the door?" Whitney swallowed. "Yeah, Mom's been heavy on my mind." Maribel hugged her. The room filled with the smell of jasmine incense. The lights dimmed. A vase of fresh azaleas glowed beside them, soft petals like whispered prayers. They sat cross-legged on plush throw pillows. Maribel lit a candle in a vintage Dixie cup. Rose water mist hovered. She asked Whitney to focus on her breathing, tune in to what she needed to hear. Whitney closed her eyes. Memories washed in, the click of Babs's statement necklace, her worldly sass, the particular rasp of, "Do what you gotta do, but don't let the world stop your shine." She breathed. Eyes closed, she whispered, "Mom, is that you?" Maribel drew the first tarot card. The moon, reflection, intuition, hidden truths. She laid another, 6 of cups, nostalgia, childhood, sweetness. She read, "Your mom's spirit is near. She's reflecting smiles and stories from long past, bringing you comfort." Then Maribel held up a rose quartz in her palm. The gem shone faint pink in the candlelight. She inhaled. "I sense laughter, and sometimes frustration." She looked to Whitney. "She teased you about your clothes, your hair, like she always did." Silent tears welled. How well she remembered the outfit's change inspections, the sass that shaped her. Maribel guided Whitney to visualize Babs wrapping arms around her. Halfway through the reading, the overhead fan spun slower. The hum changed, soft, distinct. A pink rose petal drifted onto the table, where none lay before. Whitney's breath caught. Maribel noticed. She paused, then whispered, "There. That's her." Whitney blinked. A single petal on the wood, a rose from Mom's garden? She reached to look, but melted back into tears. She loved roses. Maribel continued the reading, drawing the star tarot card next, symbolizing hope. She reminded Whitney, Babs's spirit wants her to keep dancing, sharing love, the unstoppable spark with the world. Not to mourn endlessly, but to channel sorrow into joy, strength, unexpected friendships. Despite tears, Whitney laughed, a clear, full laugh. Like her mom. Maribel told a story. "A few minutes ago I smelled bubble gum. You ever notice how fun that was with Babs?" Whitney nodded. Babs always chewed gum while spouting her classic one-liners on camera. It was silly. It was her. They placed their hands over the table. Maribel softly encouraged Whitney to ask a question. Whitney whispered, "Mom, would you say anything to me now?" Maribel's face moved in concentration. A breeze twined around the room. A high note rang, like glass chime. Then a whisper, a voice like memory, "Honey, shine bright. You got too much love. Don't dim it for anyone." Whitney sobbed loud. That was exactly what Babs lived by. Maribel soothed her. "She's here, and she's proud." When Whitney gathered herself, Maribel suggested writing a letter. Whitney pulled out a Jackson 5 notepad. She wrote, "Dear Mommy, I miss you every time I step on a scale and don't like what I see. Help me remember love over fear." She folded the note. Maribel took a maplewood box, etched with a heart and magnolia, and placed it beside one of Babs's framed photographs. They lit it with sandalwood incense, smoke drifting upward, a symbolic bridge. They sat in silence until the candle died. Whitney walked to the porch, inhaled deep, and felt, despite sorrow, a warm swirl in her chest. A chorus of memory. Her phone buzzed, a message from Glenn. "How's your day?" She replied, "Mom was here."